Rockstar. GTA6. Coming off the back of this whack generation, we had GTA6 basically announced that the game was going to be £90 to £100 depending on what edition that you buy. They said that GTA 6 wasn't going to have a physical game because they were worried or shook about the game being hacked. Then Rockstar goes on to lock behind Netflix paywall their big gameplay trailer. Coming off the back of these things that Rockstar has done in regards to GTA 6, we then get an announcement from PlayStation, Sony PlayStation, talking about after 2028, physical media is going to evaporate into thin air. It's not going to exist anymore. They're not going to do it.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over. What the fuck are we going to do now? What are we going to do?
And I say all this to say that clearly, as a gamer, as a customer first, not a consumer, a customer, I did not agree with this bullshit. Now, I will not be a hypocrite and backtrack on what I said in my previous video in regards to Rockstar and GTA 6. If any development studio can pull off selling a game for £100/dollars, it's Rockstar. Rockstar is one of the very few game studios that can get away with doing it because they got a crazy resume and crazy credit in the bank. But just because they can get away with doing it, it doesn't make it right, okay? Now, I say all this to say that a hacker group came out recently and basically hacked Rockstar, hacked GTA 6 and put mad video gameplay content on YouTube, on Twitter, on social media. And Rockstar is trying to do everything in its power to take down all this hacked footage. Now, I've got an article here that I want to go through, and we're going to go through, after this article, we're going to go through the hackers manifesto. Okay? So we've got an article here from the PC Gamer. GTA 6. Leakers say they will not stop until Rockstar and Take-Two apologise for anti-consumerism and make a concrete commitment to do better. A manifesto threatens to target not just GTA 6 makers, but everyone who violates Cyberleek's 3 commandments. Oh my giddy gosh. Oh my giddy gosh. Now, obviously, I'm going to say this, that my heart goes out to the developers, the workers, you know what I'm saying? My heart goes out to the devs that grind, that's got the talent, put in the hard work to make games. But my heart does not go out to the management, and my heart does not go out to these corpo fucks that stay nickel and diming. And the funny thing about it, is that this wouldn't have happened if Rockstar wasn't doing fuckeries. This probably wouldn't have happened if Sony wasn't doing fuckeries. This wouldn't have happened if this generation was just better than what it's been. This wouldn't have happened if all these companies and these corpo fucks didn't decide to offload the cost to us gamers, to us customers. This probably wouldn't have happened if all these corpo fucks and these companies didn't look at us like consumers instead of customers, which is what we are. And this is the reason why, yeah, that like, even though whether you agree with hackers or not, do you know what goes around comes around, you know what I'm saying? If you do wrong, karma, you know what I'm saying? And this is how I see it. This is how I see it. Because if the gamers like myself, like you, are not gonna at least like have an opinion, stand up and fight for your right as a customer, as a gamer, as someone that buys these things with our hard-earned money, then what do you expect? You're gonna get like a hacker group or a organization that's gonna come out and fight on our behalves. And we can't control what they're gonna do because we didn't come out as one voice, as a group, as an entity, and say, no, we ain't putting up with this fuckeries. Just like we once did when Xbox decided to come out and talk about DRM, everything, and was talking about, oh, this is about sports, entertainment, before you're talking about it's a games console. And we all said, nah, fuck that shit.
My nigga.
I find it very entertaining and interesting that something like this has happened. And I don't have sympathy for the management or for the corpo fucks. I have sympathy for the game developers because they have no power. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't surprise me if a lot of them thought or felt the same way that we do as gamers, as customers. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's read this manifesto, the 3 commandments. You know what I'm saying? I find it funny, you know, the 3 commandments. Listen, you gotta give it up to them. You know what I'm saying? Very creative. Commandment 1. Thou shalt not steal digital pre-orders. No consumer shall pay for a game through digital storefronts before releasing an independent review. Physical pre-orders for tangible media remain permitted. Pre-orders were not created for gamers. They were created because physical discs had manufacturing limits. In digital distribution, there is no inventory. There is no stock shortage. A digital copy cannot sell out. However, publishers keep pre-order system and removed it only benefits the consumer. Now players pay upfront and receive nothing in return except a countdown timer and cosmetic appearance. If publishers want to generate revenue before launch, they can manufacture discs, print boxes, put them on shelves to earn that money through physical production. Now I totally agree with the 3rd commandment. I'm not gonna cap, you know what I'm saying? Digital media was made because obviously they couldn't meet up with the demands when it came to physical media. That's how it started. And the way that they enticed gamers to actually buy digital games, digital media, was to advertise it by saying, oh, it's easier, it's faster, it's cheaper. And maybe once upon a time that was the case, but in this day and age, right now in this generation, digital games are more expensive than physical games. And when you think about the fact that like all they're giving you is maybe like a few hours early access and some digital cosmetic for a pre-order is ridiculous. And I don't understand how a digital game can ever cost more than a physical game.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
It is ridiculous. So the basis of the 3rd commandment, I totally agree with. Totally agree with. On to the 2nd commandment. Commandment number 2. Thou shalt not steal fake single player DLC. No publisher shall sell access to single player content already presented in the base game file the consumer purchase. This means no unlocked keys, no 1 megabyte pre-holder files, no toggled or variable from locked to unlocked for content already on the disc or in the download. When someone pays USD or Great British Pounds $70 plus for a game, they bought the data, all of it. Selling them a file that flips locked equals true to locked equal false for single player mission, character, weapons or story chapter is charging them twice for the same product. Now this I totally agree with, yeah, and I've been arguing this for a hot minute, and as gamers we've been arguing this for a hot minute. When we buy a physical game, physical media, and the devs or Sony or the publishers or whoever it is decide to lock content on the disc that we already bought with our hard-earned money, that's a violation. That is a violation. And the fact that like they've been trying to get away with it is highly disrespectful. And it's even worse because of the fact that the majority of gamers these days buy games digitally, whether it's through accessibility, whether it's through laziness, whether it's through convenience. It can't be because the games are cheaper, because that's not even like a factor at this point. But for whatever reason that the majority of gamers are buying digital games, they're still doing the same things with these digital games, just that you don't know about it, which is another reason why I always argued about the dangers of buying games digitally. Because one, do you really own them? Because last time I checked, Sony took like over 400, or I can't even remember how many movies it was, but like God knows how many movies out of their catalogue that people purchased with their hard-earned money, and they thought that they was owning these movies. They thought that they were owning this piece of media. When lo and behold, all you're doing was paying for a license. And it's the exact same thing for these digital games.
In the quiet words of the Virgin Mary, come again.
And the way I see it, yeah, that like, if we're not going to apply that pressure on these corpos' necks, then someone else is going to do it for us, which is what's happening right now.
My nigga.
So do you know what? On to the third commandment. Commandment number 3, thou shalt not preserve single player content. Any game featuring single player content must include an offline fallback state. When server support ends, the publishers must release a final patch that unlocks all single player content from local indefinite play. The crew had a single player campaign, people paid full price, then Ubisoft shut down the servers and the entire game died, including the solo content. No refund, no patch, no alternative. Single player content depends on one thing: the hardware the consumer already owns. Bricking it when all servers go down is theft. And again, I totally agree with it. Why is it, yeah, that we can buy games digitally or physically, and we buy DLC or we buy a game digitally, and whether the game's online or the game's offline, why is it that when they decide to shut down servers that we can't get access to our games anymore? Why is it that like if we don't put our game in regularly every so often that we can't play our physical copy games on a piece of hardware that we purchased? Why is there mad DRM like that?
In the quiet words of the Virgin Mary, come again.
The way I see it is that whether we buy a game physically or digitally or not, yeah, the law should dictate that as customers, we own that piece of digital content, that digital media. We own this physical media, this physical content. So therefore, no company should have the right to lock it or restrict it under any DRM or any sort of other situation, especially when we've bought the game. So I totally agree with this. And companies, like I would say since the PS3 onwards, like these corpo fucks, PlayStation, Microsoft and Nintendo, have been doing this bullshit. More so PlayStation and Nintendo, but they've been doing this fuckeries. And it's wrong. It is wrong. It's not gamer friendly. It's not even customer friendly. And even if you want to call us consumers, it definitely isn't even consumer friendly. You know what I'm saying? So I totally agree with this. It's like, this is a fuckeries. So I like this third commandment.
My nigga.
They're spitting facts. They're spitting nothing but the goddamn truth. And you know what? Let's listen to their final words. Final words. These 3 commandments are the floor, not the ceiling, of what is acceptable. If publishers violate them, they will be targeted. Cyberleek will continue to disrupt their operations until they issue a public statement and apology with a concrete commitment to fix the harm they've caused. No private negotiation, no quiet settlements. The public sees it or the leaks do not stop. Publishers should beware. If Cyberleek can reach Rockstar, no one is safe. This is a message to all big corpo. Behave or be the next target. And do you know what, yeah? Like, I'm going to keep it real with you, yeah? I agree with everything they're saying. Now, like I said before, my heart goes out to the devs. But to the upper management of these development studios, these corpo fucks, these publishers, I've got no sympathy for you lot, because you've been raping and nickel and diming us for too long, for a hot minute, and it is wrong. It is a violation of the highest order. I do not business what anyone has to say or what they think about that. This isn't my opinion, it's a fact. The fact that they refer to us as consumers is a violation within itself. That already shows you and tells you that they don't respect us. So if Cyberleek wants to come out and basically put their foot on their neck, and any of these corporations like Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, any of these publishers, listen, I'm for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm for it. Now, some people thought that like this has something to do with Stop Killing Games. Now, Stop Killing Games has been out there, you know what I'm saying, in the light, you know what I'm saying, trying to like deal with the same issues through governments, legislation and stuff like that. And I've got nothing but love for them, you know what I'm saying? And I fully support them. You know what I mean? But because of this, some people try to associate Cyberleaks with Stop Killing Games, or try to insinuate that maybe it was them that was doing it, because obviously certain things wasn't going their way / our way as gamers and as customers in regards to legislation and giving us certain rights for digital games and so forth and so on. Now, Stop Killing Games made an official statement. I'm not going to read it all, but I'm going to read the bit that I highlighted because I think it's very important, okay? So, Stop Killing Games said, using illegal means to make a point is unacceptable to us and does nothing to protect our rights to keep using what we paid for. No matter how strongly you disagree with the decision of upper management at these companies, there are still thousands of developers who worked hard on this project, and they're the ones being hit the hardest. Channel that frustration into something constructive instead. This kind of act is destructive and helps no one. Worse, it risks tarnishing the reputation of our communities and our chance to make change. History isn't on the leaker's side either. The last person who did this to Rockstar back in 2022 ended up with an indefinite hospital order. This isn't a course worth risking your money or future on. We seriously doubt that the hacks was seriously for that reason. Now, the first part of this statement I totally agree with. It does hurt a lot of the development. It does. And I said that my heart goes out to them. Whenever I hear about anything like this, my first and only thoughts and sympathy goes to the developers. The management and everyone else I've mentioned before, they can go fuck themselves as far as I'm concerned, because clearly they don't give a fuck about us as gamers and as customers. The second part of this statement, I don't really agree with. And the reason why I don't agree with this is that, and this isn't my opinion, this is a fact. Any revolution, anything that like in history that was like accomplished or taken or conquered was through unsavory means. People had to go out and fight for their beliefs. Whether it's through wars, whether it's like they got out in the streets and they protested, they physically had to get out there and risk their lives to accomplish what they wanted to accomplish. You think that the rights that we benefit from today were just handed to us through the kindness of these governments? No, most of these rights and rules and stuff like that, we had to fight and bleed and die for. And I'm not saying or wishing or hoping that anybody would put their life on the line for games, because at the end of the day, games is entertainment, is hobby. Now it's become a very expensive hobby, but it is a hobby. But when it comes to stuff like hacking, which is what we could probably consider the more extreme avenue to go down when you want to get something or to prove a point, I'm totally for it, for something like this. Because clearly, these corpo fucks, these companies, these upper management, these publishers don't care about us. And Stop Killing Games, they have been doing God's work, you know what I mean? The gaming God's work.
My nigga.
In the political sphere, they've been doing the gaming God's work and our work. So I've got nothing but love and admiration for them, and I will always support them. But just like I support them, I will support these hackers, because their manifesto clearly states that they have been taking the McVitie's biscuit and it does not have chocolate on it. They've been feeding us dry digestive biscuits. with no water, no tea, no nothing, and shoving it down our goddamn throats. No flavour, no taste, and telling us we just gotta just deal with it.
Pause.
Pause? Pause what?
You said something gay.
Because all you are is just consumers. Was it consume the biscuit, the dry biscuit? And I mean, consume it. You don't need water. You don't need anything. That's what they've been doing to us. I mean, for years and years and years, through generations. And it's just been getting worse and worse and worse. And the thing is that it's partly our fault. Like, I do blame us to a certain degree, because the strongest bargaining chip that we generally have here, that we haven't been utilising like to its fullest at every turn when they're trying to take the piss, is through our wallets. We should always vote and protest through our wallets. If we don't agree with something, don't buy it, regardless if it's something you want. If you know what they're doing is wrong, then don't do it. Then don't buy it. Because now all that's happened is that through us bending on our morals and acting like, oh, it's okay, no, like this isn't going to happen, and being naive and oblivious to the reality and the facts of these situations that happen prior to what's going on right now, is that we've gave them an inch and they've taken a fucking mile. And that's what's happened. So I don't really 100% agree with the second part of this statement, but I do understand where they're coming from. You know what I'm saying? Because the way I see it, yeah, is that Stop Killing Games is out in the light fighting for us. And now we've got Cyberleeks are in the shadows fighting for us as well. And we need it. We need these two entities in the light and in the shadow to fight for us gamers, to fight for us customers, to fight for us fans, so that we can keep our hobby, so that our hobby doesn't end up becoming so unaffordable only the elitists can indulge in it. And to protect buyers' rights, this is what needs to happen. This is the extreme version of us like physically fighting for our rights. And I will say this as well: if buying isn't owing, then piracy isn't stealing. I'm gonna say that, because if these companies think it's okay to charge us ridiculous prices for digital games that we don't own, by the way, we're just paying for the license, yeah, and they don't want to be honest about it, and they want to nickel and dime us and sell us back content and overpriced DLC and do all this bullshit, then I'm sorry, but piracy is not stealing as far as I'm concerned. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they're going to have this logic with us, then we need to have the same logic. I mean, I think it's dark times. You know what I'm saying? I think it's very, very dark times, and I've been saying it. And I've been on Sony's neck for a hot minute through this whole generation. I could talk about countless of fuckeries that Sony has done. They're just this generation. I'm not even talking about Xbox, Nintendo, anything or anyone else. Just PlayStation. Just PlayStation. We gave them an inch. They've taken unlimited miles. You know what I'm saying? They're taking the piss to the point where they want to now dictate certain things to us. That is gonna basically like get us to a point where we can't even buy into the next generation of gaming. That's how bad it's got. And some people say, oh, it's not all their fault because of what's going on with the AI data centers and all the hardware and stuff like that. Well, excuse me, it's still these these tech giants, it's still these corpo fucks. You think that Sony and Microsoft didn't know what what all these AI companies wanted to do? They knew. They probably looked at it like, do you know what? Yeah, it just helps us. It just speeds things up. It just helps up to speed things up.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
And also, it didn't mean that they needed to offset the cost to us. They could have done other things. So it's totally Sony's fault. It's totally Microsoft and Xbox and Nintendo's fault. It's totally all these corporations. It's totally these publishers' faults. It's totally the upper management faults. It's all of their faults. They're all complicit. And the gaming access media are no better as well, with their tongue so far up these fucking corporations' a-hole where they don't want to speak the truth. They are the biggest enablers to what is happening right now. With their fucking bullshit woke politics, their fart bubbles, their fucking access don't want to come out and speak the truth. Like before, I always thought that news and news reporting was for us for us, the people, so that we was informed about what was going on. They're more concerned about ad revenue. They're more concerned about access. They're more concerned about having the first content out and being able to do videos and report on it and stuff like that. That's what they're more concerned about with. They're not concerned about informing us first and giving us the truth. I mean, regardless if it rubs these corporations the wrong way or not.
Shame. Shame.
They are 100% complicit to this bullshit. And we have seen it countless times with games, with IPs, with studios, with consoles, with these corporations. We have seen it countless times. So that's how I see it. And Rockstar, you know what I mean, as far as I'm concerned, listen, like I said at the top of this video, yeah, if any studio can get away with doing it, it was them. They are doing it. It doesn't make it right. You know what I'm saying? Right is right and wrong is wrong. And this is wrong. You know what I'm saying? So, listen. Cyberleek, I'll give you a round of applause. Apply that pressure to these corpo fucks next. You know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, I just don't care anymore, innit? Because they don't care about us, so why the fuck should we care about them? So apply that pressure. Apply that fucking pressure to their neck. And stop kidding games. Listen. Apply that pressure in the light as well. Apply that pressure in the light as well. We need it on both sides, you know what I'm saying? The dark side and we need the light. Apply that pressure as well. And us as gamers, we need to apply that pressure as well. We need to apply this pressure as well. Vote in with our wallets. You know what I'm saying? If you're a content creator like myself, or you've got a big audience on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, and you don't agree with this, then say your piece. Drop a little video. Continue to comment in the comment section of videos when PlayStation or Microsoft, Xbox, or whoever are doing fuckeries. Continue to do that. We need to fight as well. You know what I mean? It needs to be through, you know what I mean? Like, it needs to come from three fronts. It needs to be from stop killing games that are doing it in the light, through legislation and government rules and regulation, and Cyberleek are doing it in the shadows. We need that, and we need to be that grey area where we are voting with our wallets. I don't know, man. I had to do a video. I had to speak about this. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I have to do my part as a gamer. You know what I'm saying? As a customer, as a fan of gaming. I mean, like, this generation's been horrible, and I'm really, really fearful for the next generation and for the future of gaming. And like I said, we need to fight this fight from all different angles, from the light, from the dark, and in the grey. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I hope you found this video informative. If you did, you know what I'm saying, please hit the like button. Also, please let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, like, as gamers, we need to fight. And you think it doesn't affect you, but it does. People thought that years ago, and now this is happening. It's affecting all of us. You know what I'm saying? So please let me know in the comment section down below thoughts, opinions, or feelings in regards to Cyberleek doing what they're doing in the shadows, in the darkness. And yeah, anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you like this video or any of my content. You can also hit me up on the socials, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch, Jay's Gamepad across the board. You ain't got to type, tap, press anything else but that. And also, if you want to find me, hit me up on PlayStation. My gamer name is MrGhostProtocol. And if you also want to hit me up on Steam, then my gamer name is Jay's Gamepad. So I guess I will see you and speak to you real soon.